Hi, I'm Miss Ryder, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, then welcome. This page is mainly a motorbike related page. Sometimes I do talk about some other stuff, but mostly it's motorbike related. If you are not new here, then welcome back. Thank you for coming back to watch another video. Remember to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Let's get on with the video. Today we are doing a video on tips for riding at night, and also I just wanted to share some news which is completely not bike related, but I passed my car driving test today. I don't have a car, I'm not planning on getting a car anytime soon, but I passed it today, which is great because I was so nervous about the test and I honestly thought I'd fail, but I passed and now it's done and I don't need to worry about it anymore. So today we're going to talk about riding at night, because I rode to my sister's at night the other day and it was so horrendous. If I didn't have my sister in front of me, it would have been so bad, because I was on my bike and she was in front of me and she obviously had her lights on, and anytime she hit a patch of mud or hit any potholes, then she'd flash her hazard lights for me so I could slow down. I just hate riding at night in general. If I can avoid it, then I will, or if I can just ride on roads that are well lit, then that's good, or at least just roads with better road conditions, because I knew going into the ride that that road is really bad for potholes, so I was worried that I was going to hit one and come off my bike because they're like craters in the road. So yeah, so I was worried going into it anyway, but I'm a bit better with them if I know the roads are good and if the roads are well lit. But I still 100% prefer riding in the day. I like riding around my town at night. It's quite aesthetic and calm because there's no cars around. I definitely don't like riding around my town in the day, so I guess it just depends on the location that you're in. But some tips on riding at night. So one that most people don't like to hear and probably will ignore, and I myself don't wear much of it, but to be as safe as possible, you definitely would benefit from wearing bright clothes. At night, when you are on a motorbike that is barely visible already, it is really dangerous if you are in all black, especially if you're on an all black bike, or just get something with a little bit of reflective material on it that cars can see when they come up behind you, so you don't get rear-ended, or cars can see when they're going through a junction so they don't pull out on you or pull across you. And another thing is, never ride at night with a tinted visor on unless you don't want to see. Because not only can you not see a thing when the visor is down, you can see even less if there is a car coming at you with LED headlights. Because tinted visors just make the headlights 10 times worse, especially if it's raining. So I never wear a tinted visor at night unless I am okay with leaving it open the whole time. But as you know, leaving your visor open the entire ride means a lot of bugs hit you in the face. So don't wear a tinted visor at night if you want to be able to see the road. So next tip is, make sure to do all your checks regarding your lights at night, because they are pretty much the only part of your bike that the cars can see. So check your brake lights are working, check your headlights and your full beam are working, check your indicators are working, because you might slow down to go around a corner and the people behind you don't slow down because they don't realise that you are slowing down to go around the corner. So just check all of your lights are working. It's really important on a bike, if you're riding at night, to have all of your lights on, because you are already very, very hard to see. And if you have lights that don't work, you are putting yourself at a huge risk of getting hit by someone because they can't see you. Another tip is that obviously when it's dark, it's most likely going to be late. It's most likely going to be a bit cold, and it being late and it being cold could lead you to feel tired. Preferably, if you are planning on doing a long ride, plan to make it back before the sun goes down and before you are too tired to come back, because your reaction time altogether, not even just on a bike, is lowered a lot when you're cold and when you're tired. So make sure you're well rested. Try and prepare to get back before the sun goes down, before it gets cold, or take extra layers to keep yourself warm. And stop if you're tired. Stop, stretch your legs, wake yourself up a bit, maybe get a coffee or an energy drink, and then when you're feeling a bit more awake, then carry on. Because just opening your visor to let the cold air hit your face does not wake you up enough to be reactive to your surroundings. Another tip is, when riding at night, obviously you see all these aesthetic motorbike videos of people absolutely bombing it at night, which we all know is very fun, but there is also, again, a huge risk with this. There's a huge risk with speeding anyway, but on a bike you are very small, you are very hard to see, and if you're going about 1,000,000 miles an hour and someone's preparing to pull out of a junction, they might not see you in time and you might end up going into the side of them. So if you're going to speed, make sure it's only on straight roads when there's no junctions, or don't speed at all, because there is no point putting your life at risk like that. Another tip I have is make sure to have your mirrors on the bike if you are preparing to ride at night, and make sure they're in the correct position to be able to see behind you, because motorbikes are much more at risk of getting rear-ended than most other vehicles on the road. And at night time, you are even more at risk because most of the time you only have one brake light, which is literally about this big. So most people won't see you. So if you've got your mirrors on, you've got them facing the right way, then you are more likely to see if someone's speeding up behind you, and you have more time to react and move out the way, which again plays into the fact that you need to be well rested and not freezing cold. So make sure you've got mirrors. I know it's very aesthetically pleasing to have no mirrors. I also had no mirrors on my 125, and since having my 650 and having the mirrors on it, I have realised how important they were, because I'm checking those things all the time, especially at red lights, or especially when I'm stopped in traffic, because I think everyone is going to rear end me. But they're really important, because if you don't have mirrors, you're not going to know if someone's racing up behind you about to slam into the back of your bike. I'm sure once I finish this video that I will remember all the tips that I was going to tell you. And if I do, then I will put them down in the description. But I think that's all for today. Let me know your tips down below. And I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.